Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I wish I had good news, but I do not. I am absolutely livid right now with the Democratic Party. I'm so close to being done with them. I'm just going to be honest with you. I am really close. Unless I see them start putting up some populist candidates, I'm probably going to check out. Not of the show, but from the party because we have just been betrayed yet again. Chuck Schumer in the Senate flip flopped, as you guys may have heard, and all of a sudden caved. We knew they have no ovaries. These people are wimps. They never, ever can hold the line, and it's sickening. So here are the people who just voted to hand total power, total and complete power to Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Chuck Schumer of New York, as I mentioned, Democratic Senator Richard Durbin of Illinois, Catherine Cortez Masto of Nevada, John Fetterman, no big surprise. He has become the biggest traitor in the Democratic Party. He is from Pennsylvania. Kirsten Gillibrand, another typical traitor from New York who, spoke out against Al Green after the way he had an outburst, rightfully so, at the State of the Union. Maggie Hassan, another senator. She is from New Hampshire. These are all senators, I should say. Gary Peters of Michigan, Jeanne Shaheen of New Hampshire, Brian Schatz of Hawaii, and also an independent, which is Angus King. He is from Maine. So he is not a Democrat, but he caucuses with the Democrats, typically votes Democratic. Or with the Democratic Party, I should say. So he also voted for this ridiculous continuing resolution. So for those who aren't familiar with what I'm talking about, the government was going to shut down. Today was the final day. Government was going to shut down. Funding would have ceased. Bills wouldn't have been paid. Government workers would have been, off, except for the very, the most important. And Democrats finally had a chance. They hold no levers of power right now. You guys might recall that over in the House, Hakeem Jeffries, the minority leader, infamously said in a press conference, "What leverage do we have? What can we do? It's their government." This is what you had. This is the leverage they had. And they freaking squandered it. They did nothing with it. I'm not saying definitely don't fund the government and shut it down, but they didn't even try to get anything for this. At the very least, they could have put some demands on the table and said, we want X, Y, and Z, or we're walking, or we are not going to vote for this continuing resolution, which funds the government. It gives them, kicks the can down the road, gives them an additional 6 months until September. So again, they completely capitulated, completely folded, and they got nothing for it. This is the most outrageous thing that they could have done. And, for anybody going, wow, we shouldn't, say anything negative about the Democrats and you're just helping Trump and blah, 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 blah. Take that blue MAGA crap somewhere else. Okay. Not going to fly here, and I'm not going to change my mind. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You know what? When you see a family member, especially a child, doing something that is going to harm them, you say something. You speak up. You tell them, hey, you're going down the wrong road. You're doing something that is going to cause you problems. I'm telling you right now, this is going to cause problems for the Democratic Party in the midterms. Because I am in the majority right now of Democrats who are pissed off at our own party. And if you aren't aware of that, you need to go look at some polling, because their popularity is in the dirt right now with Democrats, with the Democratic base. People are pissed off. And this is exactly why. This is the kind of shit that they do that make people think they don't give a shit. They don't care. They don't care what the voters want. They don't care to listen to our needs and what we think that they should be doing. They are going to do what their wealthy donors tell them to do. And I guarantee that that's what this comes down to. That their wealthy donors were like, look, my 401k, my investments, I'm already hurting from what Donald Trump is doing and the tariffs and blah, blah, blah. And if you shut down the government, it's going to be even worse. It's going to, lower the value of the dollar even more. And it's just going to be chaos upon chaos. Democrats need to learn how to let the Republican Party hang themselves with their own rope. And this ain't it. This is not it. I've heard some arguments that, oh, well, see, this will hurt the Republicans because then they will allow Donald Trump and Elon Musk. It will give them free reign to do whatever they want with tariffs, because and for people who don't understand, that was part of this. So a continuing resolution is typically, it is whatever the spending was prior, that will remain. That gets frozen in place for whatever period of time the continuing resolution is written to include. So in this case, like I said, 6 months, they would have had until September, and then they would have had to do something about the bills at that point, the spending limits at that point again, or kick the can down the road even further. In this case, it wasn't frozen. In this case, the Republicans decided they were going to do something different, and they changed everything. They changed the spending limits. They gave more money to the defense budget, as if we are not already spending a fortune in our defense budget. They took away funding from other programs. They took away funding. They took away the entire program for veterans who are dealing with the fallout of toxic chemicals that they have inhaled when they were overseas. Agent Orange and burn pits. They completely defunded and got rid of that program. The Republicans did that. And now these traitorous Democrats have just signed on to that. This is bullshit. This is depravity, what we're dealing with here. We have one political group that is depraved, and we have another political group that is okay with the depravity, apparently. All they needed was 7 votes. That's all they needed. And we have these traitors who go along with them. I am beyond pissed off. My head is going to explode. So these are the people that need to be primaried. These are the people that we need to get rid of. So again, I will go through their names again. So you've got Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois, Catherine Cortez Masto of Nevada, John Fetterman of Pennsylvania, Kirsten Gillibrand of New York, Maggie Hassan of New Hampshire, Gary Peters of Michigan, Jean Shaheen of New Hampshire, Brian Schatz of Hawaii, and Angus King of Maine. So these are the people that need to be primaried when they come up for election again. So you guys asked what you can do. You can find new candidates for these areas and find populists. Do not find, guys need to look into their background. Okay. If they are connected to big business, big money, if they've been in finance, if they've been working for a large corporation, or, they've been anything in the financial services, basically anything tied to Wall Street, not a good candidate. Walk away from them. Okay. If they are not looking for raising the minimum wage, if they are not looking to enact some sort of single payer, Medicare for all type healthcare system, if they are not looking to give people paid family leave, if they are not looking for these populist positions and policies, if that is not part of their everyday speak, these are not things that they want to do to help people, give them a bigger safety net and more security, then they are not the type of candidate we want, because they will sell out. I mean, and we've even seen some who talk the good talk and they sell out anyway, right? I mean, we saw that in Arizona. So there's no guarantee, but do not go for the mainstream cookie cutter, typical corporate speak Democrat. That is not what we need anymore. That's not going to cut it. So that is what you guys can do. Go out, see if you can find someone, might even be you that needs to run. But we need to get rid of these people. They do not align with the Democratic Party anymore. They do not get where we are at as a country. They talked a big game and talk like Donald Trump was the end of the world and he's a despot and he's a, Hitler 2.0, but they are not acting like it. They were right in what they said. He is an authoritarian. He is a dictator. He is a psycho. But they are not acting that way. They are not governing that way. So we need to find people who will walk the walk. And again, I don't care. I don't care. So save your little tippy tap fingers about, oh, you're going to help Donald Trump. No, I'm not going to help Donald Trump. Chuck Schumer is going to help Donald Trump. That's who's helping Donald Trump. And every single one of these senators who agreed to go along with this horrific and cruel continuing resolution that takes benefits and medical care away from veterans who need it the most. That is who's helping Donald Trump. Get that through your head. So if you want to go bitch at somebody who's helping Donald Trump, go bitch at Chuck Schumer, because none of these people were going to go along with this until he flip-flopped, until he said he was going to sign on and do this. So Chuck Schumer, if it will be responsible if the Democrats lose in the midterms. Chuck Schumer will be responsible if the Democrats lose again in the 2028 presidential election. So get rid of him. He needs to go. So we need to start hashtags. I've been thinking about some. I don't know if it needs to be Chuck, fuck Chuck. It can be both. Fuck Chuck. How much Trump does a woodchuck chuck? Cuck truck. We can use all of them, but he needs to go. Guy needs to go. And to go back, guys, to what I was saying about giving Donald Trump and Elon Musk more power, here's what I mean by that. Part of this continuing resolution and what the Republicans wrote into it was they gave themselves an out, because the Democrats were trying to force the Republicans to take a vote to put them on the record saying that, we want to stop Donald Trump from enacting these financially harmful tariffs that he has enacted. And Congress has the right to do that. Congress can stop Donald Trump from enacting these tariffs. And part of what the Republicans wrote into this continuing resolution was basically giving themselves a pass, giving themselves a get out of free jail card so that they wouldn't have to vote on that, so that the Democrats wouldn't be able to bring that to the floor of the House and make them vote on that. So now basically Republicans have ceded any and all of their authority, and all of their power to Donald Trump and Elon Musk. They have said 100%, We're taking our hands off the wheel. We do not want to be a part of this conversation. We don't want to have to put any kind of limits on this madman in the White House. So again, yeah, that could be a good thing. Like let him burn himself down, let him destroy the entire economy. But guess what? A lot of good people are going to get hurt by that as well. And I just think that it sets a very horrific precedence to say give the president carte blanche to do whatever he wants, no stops, no power check, no equal branches of government. you know it's absolute craziness. So again, it may blow up on Donald Trump, blow up in his face. That would be awesome. But at the same time, these Democrats need to fight for us. We have fought for them year after year after year in every presidential election since Donald Trump came on the scene, and every midterm. We have reliably shown up and fought on their behalf to keep them in office. And this is how they repay us. They spit in our faces. So they got to go, especially Chuck Schumer. He's way past his prime, way too weak. Guy needs to go sit himself somewhere, go take a nap. That's apparently all he's up for. So anyway, I will let you know if I hear any more. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.